Hello people, I'm going to do some cuttings from my plants or of my plants. I done already some before Christmas, so this is just emergency for some others I reckon really need to be chopped down. First I'm going to talk about this plant. This is an Aglaonema, I think it's ghost frosted. It has frost damage, so it's kind of fitting, but you can see it's gone off totally. So this is one cutting, and the plant is somewhat okay. It has shoots alive, so I'm gonna leave this for now as it is and see what happens. And I had to tell that I told in other videos about Aglaonemas how to root them. I had it totally wrong. Aglaonema and Dieffenbachia doesn't need bags over them. You can put them in water like this and have it like open for the environment. It's the best. I will show you something else. When you cut down Aglaonemas, you should not do it this way. It's a risk. I did this before Christmas. You see, it's coming now, but you never know if it will come or not. It's risky to do this way. Better to have some leaf of the plants left on the stump in the soil if you want to be sure that it will start again and grow again. So I will take this cut, put it there. Didn't work out. Here are some other Aglaonemas. You can see the roots. I don't recommend this way to root. I just had these leftover pebbles. I never used them. I think I had them from about 4 to 6 years ago. I bought them. I never used them, and then they're really not good. But you can see the roots at least. This is rooted. I tried to put moss on top because the pebbles shrink down. And here is the previous plant I showed, in another video that I tried to root. It took a year, but I cut it down again and re-root again. So I have several plants of this one growing. This is in pumice. I root them then first in water. When the roots start to come, I plant up in another media. So I will plant this together with the other stumps and other cuttings I have from these plants in other places in home. I prefer to do this when I root, to have leca in the bottom so you can have a reservoir, and then I put another media, mostly sphagnum moss. You can see that. And that one is in the way. We'll do this. And with a bag, except for Dieffenbachia and Aglaonema, probably several more that I don't know at the moment for sure, can be without bags. Since I have so low humidity, I need to bag up the other ones. Dracaena might also work without bags, but I do that for safety, and I know that they will not be bad inside. This one also has been under bags before rooted. So you can see this one is rooted. So when they root down to the water reservoir, like if I put this one there, you can see here, and hope you can see, I remove the bags. And you can see on this one, there's no roots visible yet, so I let it be bagged up. And you have the reservoir with water down there and sphagnum. And this way you don't get too wet sphagnum if you keep something a distance from the water. When you do cuttings, you can be worried where to do. If you see here, from the store it came with these roots. You cut here, this one will totally go and get, established pretty well. Already have started this process of making roots. But I'm not going to do that because this one is the only shoot from that cutting from beginning. So then it has no more plants from that cutting. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to chop this down. Aglaonemas, as I told, should not be chopped down in the bottom. The roots is not stable, it's very loose. So I'm going to do this. Hopefully this one will send out new plants from this. You can sprinkle a little bit cinnamon on top. It helps and helps not. I can't tell it's really good on Aglaonemas because they will get watery and mushy anyway. Especially if it's a bigger Aglaonema. So I'm going to move this and I'm going to put these two down. And you're going to see here, they will make roots around here where the leaves are stuck. Just keep the bottom stems and not the leaves underwater. And roots will come eventually. Let's see. I will also cut down those plants here. See, now I've been doing Aglaonema. I'm going to do this. And because I'm using alcohol, I'm going to wash the cuttings before I put them in water so there's no alcohol. On this one, there's one already growing somewhere there. So if you see it or not, I don't know if you can see it. It's a start of a new shoot. Also, the plant has started to produce roots. So I'm actually going to cut this down very long, just above that shoot. And I will also cut this stem once more. We'll cut it. For us, they have like this layer, outside that is much more thicker and hardier than the inside, like our skin. So sometimes it will fletch up, and it's not good. So if you cut, a little bit around, usually you can snap it. When you're done like this, be sure that you keeping right side down. I mean the root part and the shoot part on the right side. So don't turn it upside down. It will be a problem for the plant. In this case, I can see where the roots are. If it comes roots around here and the leaf will break, usually the first 1 to 3 leaves will wilter away on cuttings because the plant needs nutrition and stuff like that, and for the water loss. So usually it happens. So I will put them down also and go on. And I'm going to go to this one and I clean my knife again. So this one is what is it called? Golden. Wow. It's you probably recognize this. It's very common philodendron, and philodendron isn't something that I usually have, but now I do have one. So because of this one is so big and I have the chance to multiply this one, I actually going to do it because this is climber. Cut this one, and again it's kind of hard to snap it. So it worked. A little bit threads in there, but it will be fine. It will be fine. So this one has already like 2 more stems growing there and there. I could snap everything and regrow it, but I think this is enough. Hopefully it will send out 1 more shoot. And when I now have this big one, I'm gonna just chop this down again, because this has this nice part there and this. So, yay! So I will fix this up. You can let cuttings be in a bag that you seal off for about 24 to 48 hours, so the edges or the ends of the cutted surface will dry out. In that way you will be sure that it is less risk for root rotting, and better for the roots. It makes something called colors. Many plants do that. Plant to chop down. Now this is a very big plant, so I'm probably going to put this on the floor for you to see. You see the pot is very small, so I need to repot this one in a bigger pot. So this one I'm going to chop pretty deep. I'm not sure really where I should do. This one also had 3 growth points. There's one part. I'm going to take 2 of them off. This will help the plant to produce new shoots. So I have this one, and this one has a very ugly leaf, so I'm going to remove this. Now as you see, and this is a new cutting, quite big, but I'm going to increase my plant size, it's fine. And for this part, it's not so good part, I'm going to take off this one at this point. So I have the tip as one. I'm going to I can make a lot of cuttings of this one, but I'm not really going to do that. For the last plant I'm going to cut, that's an Syngonium, and why I'm going to cut this one is also, you can debate if it's necessary or not, but I think it's necessary since it's let me see if you can see this one. It's also kind of big. I'm going to remove up here. I can do this so you can see what I'm going to do. It's rooted inside this stick that is what is called acrylic yarn, and I finger knit this, and it's an issue with this, it takes so much time to do, but the plants love it. So I bought acrylic woolly, furry fabric. The plant doesn't like it. Plants doesn't like that. I thought I could like cheat about that. But it is rooted inside this. I don't know, I don't have any good way to show, but roots is everywhere down here under the plastic. And before this part will do the same, I'm going to snap it. See if I can reach that. This is also very, very, I don't want to snap the leaf, just so. You can see it's already going for rooting in the media or in the stick. And I don't have any humidifier or anything like that, and still they are doing this. When you put plastic, you get moisture. So I'm gonna snap this. I don't like one node cuttings. I'm not a fan of that. So I try to get more than one node. You see here's 2 cuttings. I will see if I can. That's enough for now. And I will see you in another video. Bye.